There is a way to discover the truth, but it doesn't lie in sweet words or I love yous. It lies in a much darker, more honest place inspired by Machiavelli. And be warned, you might not like what you discover. Alright, let's get real. The first, most brutal lesson Machiavelli would teach you about modern relationships is this: words are cheap. In a world of perfectly curated Instagram posts and romantic comedies that end with a big speech, we've been trained to value words above all else. But words are often just a tool, a way to keep the peace, to get what we want, or to follow a script we think we're supposed to be reading. Think about it. The phrase "I love you" can become as automatic as goodbye. It can be a band-aid slapped over a deep wound, a way to end a difficult conversation, or simply a reflection of comfort and routine, not a declaration of profound connection. The truth doesn't live in the grand pronouncements. It lives in the small, unguarded moments. This is where we apply what I call the convenience thermometer. It's a simple test to gauge the temperature of their true feelings. You need to see what happens when you introduce a minor, but clear, inconvenience into their life. Something that benefits you, but offers absolutely nothing to them. I'm not talking about creating a fake crisis. I'm talking about the small, everyday frictions of life. For example, you have a terrible day at work and you need to vent. You call them not asking for solutions, but just for them to listen for 15 minutes. Are they truly present? Or can you hear the keyboard clicking in the background? Do they give you one-word answers until you give up? That's the sound of their convenience being prioritized over your emotional need. Here's another one. Let's say you have an early, important appointment and you ask them to get up with you. Not because you need them to do anything, but just for moral support. What is their first unfiltered reaction? Is it a deep, resentful sigh? A mumbled, "Are you serious?" followed by them rolling over? Or is it a groggy but genuine, "Yeah, of course, I'll set my alarm"? That initial instinctive flash of a reaction, before their brain has time to calculate the right response, is pure truth. It reveals whether they see your needs as a valid part of their world or as an annoying interruption to it. A person who genuinely loves you might still be tired or annoyed, but their underlying impulse will be to support you. A person who is with you for convenience will see your need as a burden, a tax on their comfort. Pay close attention to that flash. It's more honest than 1,000 "I love yous." So now you know how to look past the words and measure the level of convenience. That's the surface level, the day-to-day operations of the relationship. But this only tells you if they find you easy to be with. It doesn't tell you if they truly value you. To find that out, we have to go deeper, into the bedrock of the relationship's power dynamic. This is where we stop asking if we're convenient and start asking, are we respected? Machiavelli's most famous line is, "It is better to be feared than loved." Now, in a modern relationship, feared is the wrong word. It's toxic. But let's translate it for the 21st century. It is better to be respected than simply needed. Being needed can feel like love. It's addictive. When someone relies on you for their happiness, their stability, or their confidence, it makes you feel important, valuable. But it's a trap, because when you are only needed, your role is to be predictable and stable. Your job is to fill a void in their life. You are a utility, not a partner. Real love cannot exist without respect. Respect for your mind, for your autonomy, for your right to disagree. Respect for the fact that you are a whole separate person, not an accessory to their life. So how do you test this? You use what I call Machiavelli's mirror test. The next time you have a genuine disagreement, not about something trivial like what to have for dinner, but about a real issue, a boundary, a difference in values, I want you to hold your ground, calmly, firmly, and without apology. And then, you watch what is reflected back at you in their behavior. The person who only needs you will immediately perceive your disagreement as a threat. Their entire objective will be to get you back in line, to restore their comfort, and they will use a predictable set of weapons to do it. First, they might use guilt. After everything I do for you, you're really going to be difficult about this? This isn't a real argument. It's emotional blackmail designed to make you feel indebted and ungrateful. Second, they might diminish you with gaslighting. You're being hysterical, or you always overreact. This tactic is designed to invalidate your feelings and make you question your own sanity, so you retreat and accept their version of reality. Finally, if those don't work, they may resort to stonewalling or the silent treatment. a passive-aggressive punishment for daring to have your own mind. All of these are confessions. They are a confession that your individual thoughts and feelings are an inconvenience to their needs. But a person who truly respects you, their reflection will be different. They won't like the disagreement. It will be uncomfortable, but they will engage with it. They will listen, actually listen, to your perspective. They may argue their point passionately, but they will not attack your character. They see your strength and your independent mind not as a threat, but as part of what makes you you. They respect you enough to face the conflict because they know the relationship is strong enough to handle it. Think about this. Every single time you back down just to avoid a fight, you are teaching them that your opinion doesn't matter. You are not keeping the peace. You are sacrificing your own respect on the altar of their comfort. Understanding this difference, the chasm between being a necessary object and being a respected partner, is a massive step. It changes everything. But now we have to face the final layer of the truth, the one that can hurt the most. We have to look at the ultimate motivation that holds the entire relationship together. It's time for the final verdict, which is all about the cold, hard balance of interests. Machiavelli operated on a simple, unshakable premise. Everyone acts in their own self-interest. Now, hearing that can feel cynical and ugly, especially when it comes to love. But it's only ugly if you have a childish definition of self-interest. There are two kinds of self-interest in a relationship. The first is healthy and interdependent. My self-interest is to be with you because you challenge me, you inspire me, we grow together, and my life is fundamentally better and richer with you in it. In this version, your growth is aligned with their happiness. But then there's the second kind, the parasitic self-interest. This sounds like, my self-interest is to be with you because you make my life easier. You provide stability, you boost my ego, you take care of things I don't want to, and you don't challenge me too much. In this version, your value is tied directly to the service you provide. Your stagnation is essential for their comfort. This brings us to the final and most revealing Machiavellian question you must ask yourself. And you have to be brutally honest. If my circumstances changed dramatically tomorrow, would their love and admiration for me change with it? Let's make that real. What if you lost your job and the financial stability you provide? What if you went through a severe depression and were no longer the fun, easygoing partner for a year? What if you decided to pursue a passion that took up all your time and energy, meaning you had less to give them? What if you gained weight or got sick or simply evolved into a different person than the one they first met? If your gut feeling is that their affection would waver, that their frustration would grow, that they would begin to pull away, then what you likely have is not love. It's a contract, and that contract is based on you fulfilling a specific set of terms and conditions. As Machiavelli would warn, contracts built on convenience and necessity are always the first to be broken when the circumstances change. True love, however, isn't a contract based on your current state. It's a deep, abiding commitment to your soul's entire journey. Knowing this truth is the first step, and I know it can be scary, but the truth frees you to act. If you've discovered that the scales are not in your favor, don't despair. This isn't the end. It's the beginning. There is a way to rebalance the power in any relationship, using human nature to your advantage. And the first step is to stop making a fatal mistake that 99% of people make, which silently destroys the respect they so desperately seek. In the video now appearing on your screen, I reveal exactly what this mistake is and how to use the Prince technique to build real admiration, transforming need into genuine and lasting respect. Click now and let's turn this around.